Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us at the third annual Coalesce. My name is Amada Echeverria, and I'm on the community team at DBT Labs. So I'm thrilled to be hosting today's session, How Cisco Powers Its Modern ELT Approach with Fivetran and DBT Labs. We'll be joined by our speakers, Nikolay Voronchikhin, Cloud Solutions and Applications Analyst at Cisco, and Alex Hauer, Senior Product Marketing Manager at Fivetran. So, some fun facts about our speakers. Alex has never had a cup of coffee, and Nikolai has a brother who is almost 23 years younger than him. Before we jump into things, some recommendations for making the best out of this session. So, Alt Chat conversation is taking place in the Coalesce How Cisco Powers channel of DBT Slack. If you're watching this but you're not part of Slack, you have time to join right now. So visit getdbt.com/community and search for Coalesce How Cisco Powers when you enter the space. So we encourage you to set up Slack and your browser side by side and ask other attendees questions, make comments, or react at any point in the channel. And after this session, Nikolai and Alex will be available in the Slack channel to answer your questions. However, we encourage you to just go ahead and ask them during the session and chat. So thank you all, and let's get started. Over to you, Nikolai and Alex.
Thank you for that introduction. Yes, hello everyone. We are so excited to be here today, and also a little bit of another fun fact. Nikolai also shared that he has also never had a cup of coffee. So he and I will probably have to host some sort of session about that after. But we are so excited that you're joining us today for how Cisco powers its modern ELT approach with Fivetran and DBT. So, as Amada just said, my name is Alex Hauer. I'm a Senior Product Marketing Manager at Fivetran, and I am joined today by Nikolai, who is a Cloud Solutions and Applications Analyst at Cisco. Hello, everyone. So Nikolai, so excited to have you here today and to hear about Cisco's journey, modernizing your ELT. But before that, I want to set the stage a bit. Let's quickly go through why we're talking about ELT and why so many people rely on Fivetran to help them modernize. And it really all starts with data. Data has become mission critical. With data, you can unlock many different use cases, like powering your business analytics, think marketing, finance, sales, and all the analytics projects tied to that data. With data, you can uncover insights that identify where you should spend your budget, where to focus your efforts, and where you might be running into some risks. You can improve your operations by getting access to the data that powers your business, or you can create net new products that meet the needs of your customers and enhance your offerings. Regardless of its application, data is powerful. But you need a way to access and transform your data to make it meaningful and impactful. And as we all know, data is not easy. It is important for companies to have working data pipelines, cleanse data, and the right resources to drive value throughout your organization. These are some of the biggest challenges faced by the modern enterprise, though. 98% of companies have frequent breaks in their data pipelines, while 68% of data teams don't have enough time to maximize the value their organization is getting from their data. With challenges like this arising due to unusable key data and delayed decisions or lost opportunities due to broken pipelines, now is the time to begin modernizing your data stack. It takes working pipelines and accurate analytics to successfully harness the power of your organization's data. And that's why, regardless of the use case, Fivetran is here to help. We connect your data sources and move that data into your cloud destinations or targets. But our approach to data movement is, as you can see, so much more than just moving it from one system to the next, and why we are the modern data movement standard. We were baking in as much automation, scale, and security as possible along the way to allow you to truly let go of all of the work associated with building and managing data pipelines. But Fivetran is just a part of that solution. To meet your entire data needs, you need a modern data stack equipped for scale and efficiency. And the modern data stack is an automated ELT process powering data integration, centralization and storage, and ultimately analysis. Two tools that help you meet these needs are Fivetran and DBT. Fivetran, as we just covered, helps power your data movement. Once that data has loaded, DBT helps you transform and model the data to prepare it for analysis or action in your desired output system. Together, we help unlock the power of data to drive growth and impact for your organization. And a company that has adopted the stack to power their data-driven business is Cisco. So, Nikolay, let's start talking about your journey. I'm really excited to be here with you today.
Thank you, Alex. Excited to be here with you to talk about Fivetran and DBT Cloud.
Amazing. So let's jump right into it. I just set the stage discussing the importance of data and the advent of the modern data stack for ELT. Let's first maybe take a step back for everyone in the audience. Can you walk us through a data problem you were trying to solve at Cisco and how, before adopting Fivetran and DBT Cloud, you were solving it?
Sure. So at Cisco, one of our use cases was to analyze our Salesforce data to identify the potential IACV of an opportunity. We needed to understand our recurring revenue and the upside of a new product, service, or engagement with a customer. We wanted to ensure we're always moving towards greater profitability and growth, powered by data.
That makes a lot of sense. So how were you previously taking all of that Salesforce data and analyzing it?
Well, it was quite a manual process. We were previously using more traditional ETL tools and had manual processes of getting access to that data and converting it into an analytics-ready set. We wrote custom scripts to move our Salesforce data into our Oracle database. This was not an easy process. It required time to build and maintain these extract and load process. And it was a process that used to take many hours just to get access to the data. Not to mention that we then needed to move the data into Snowflake, our cloud data warehouse.
So you're spending a lot of time moving your data. Was that the entire data process?
Nope, that was only part of our pipeline. Once the data had landed in Snowflake, we needed a way to transform it for our stakeholders to analyze it. So we had another team that modeled the data and transformed it using custom scripts and a different ETL implementation. As a data team, it's our responsibility to present data to our stakeholders that is analytics or business ready. This for us meant spending a lot of time and resources on prepping, modeling, cleansing, and transforming that data, which was unfortunately occurring in silos as we didn't have a standardized approach to development.
So it sounds like you were investing a lot of time and people power into what were ultimately manual processes with perhaps varied results in terms of performance and reliability.
Yes, that's correct.
So is it that process that led you to first analyze Fivetran and DBT, this desire to have more automation and better performance?
100%. So we wanted to spend time analyzing that data and recommending data-driven actions, but we were stuck building and maintaining instead. So we needed to find a way towards automation.
And that's when you found Fivetran, right? You're looking for an automated no-code approach to data ingestion for your modern data warehouse.
Exactly. So with Fivetran, we could easily create a connector to ingest our Salesforce data into Snowflake without any build or coding involved. This saved us a lot of time upfront. And we knew that the pipelines were going to be reliable, meaning we didn't have to focus on maintenance or lose time to do data unavailability. And previously, our pipelines took a while to run, over an hour, and the incremental loads did not work. So we were incurring a lot of costs that Fivetran eliminated with the ease of setup and use.
Love hearing those words, easy, reducing costs. That's all great because you're really getting, as you said, that increased reliability, decreased maintenance, decreased costs. Would you say there are any other positive business impacts that you experienced from switching to Fivetran?
Certainly, everything you said and more. So the biggest is the speed we gained in terms of the access to the insights. We took what was a 1 week process and decreased it down to 1 day for a new object. So about 85% faster.
Love to hear that result. And so you're gaining all this time back. What impact did that have on your team and your processes?
So by decreasing the time to capability for one use case, we were able to deliver many more use cases in a shorter period of time, thus delivering a greater business value to the company. With the simplicity of the Fivetran solution, we were able to shift focus into more impactful analytics projects, amplifying the impact of our platform team.
That's amazing. And so you said the word impactful. Speaking of impactful, I hear you have a new data movement project that you are working on.
That's right. We have a new data warehouse coming into our scope, Google BigQuery. If we did not have Fivetran, we would have had to build a new pipeline, new queries, new code, just to move that data over again. This is all time consuming and takes resources, which could have been allocated to business impact and growth instead.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So have you realized any impact on the way that you're using this data now that you have greater access to it?
Definitely. So the stakeholders are now able to make more accurate, closer to real-time decisions. They can also dig deeper into their data, helping Cisco uncover more areas of opportunity and growth. The Fivetran solution is a win for Cisco today.
We love to hear that. But again, we know that this is only part of the solution. So those insights, the ones that you're acting on to drive that growth, will they be even more accessible because of your implementation of DBT Cloud?
Definitely. We used to use other tools and custom scripts to transform our data. This was a rather time and resource intensive process, and there was no standardization across use cases.
Okay, so was it that previous state that led you to explore DBT Cloud, looking for that standardization, resource management?
Yes, exactly. So DBT's approach to data transformations, it's much easier as it's SQL based. So it decreases the complexity, and you can use it on top of multiple warehouses like Snowflake and BigQuery. And another win is the Git aspect. In DBT Cloud, developers can use multiple branches for their development at the same time. So it's a much bigger win. And the time to ramp up simply is to learn how to use the tool and the syntax.
It sounds like a lot of positives all at once, and especially if it's something that you're easy to understand. So once you understood how to use DBT, were there other additional positive impacts that you experienced as well?
Yes, so one of the aspects, we were also able to not only standardize, but automate some of those data transformation processes. Previously, each business unit was performing their own transformation on that data using their own methods with their own approaches. And with DBT, we can standardize that. We provided a baseline YAML file to the analysts with pre-built tables, and they built on top of these tables with custom logic. This means they have a starting point of data, which decreases the complexity and increases the time to capability.
That's great. We love collaboration, right? That's the entire ethos of DBT. So as you undergo this transition to DBT Cloud, are you seeing any other positive impacts? We've talked about standardization, resource, anything else?
So yes, standardization of transformation processes is a business priority for us. With DBT Cloud, we're able to accelerate the time to insight by decreasing the complexity of some of our transformations. We also were able to standardize our approach to transformations across multiple business units. So now every team is following that same standard for their use cases. So using this baseline file, this helps us get started much more quickly and ensures that there are less issues overall. So this is an ideal platform for transformations, one that is simple and scalable, that meets the needs of all your business units. But it's also flexible and easy enough to use that everyone can customize as they need.
So it sounds like you're saying a lot of things that are familiar across both platforms. You're getting standardization, you're getting resource management, you're getting a better way to collaborate with your data. But similar to Fivetran, it wasn't just the upstart that you optimized, right? You are finding positive impacts in the way that you maintain and build over time.
Yes, with the DBT cloud solution, we also no longer have to maintain the underlying system and ensure that we're always running our transformation smoothly without issues. So this solution would be a win for Cisco in the long term.
Great. You said wins up front, long term. We love to hear all those wins coming through. So if I take what you just said and I try to wrap it up in a nice little bow, you now have a more performant and scalable data pipeline for ELT. You've optimized the data ingestion, extraction, and load with Fivetran, giving you that easier access to your application and own data in your cloud data warehouse. With your transition into DBT Cloud, you'll also find that scale and ease of use, which frees up a lot of resources and ultimately ensures that everyone at Cisco has greater insight and ability to drive greater revenue, profitability, that IACV that you mentioned earlier. Would you say that I accurately summarized that?
So totally, we are now more efficient and more powerful than before. We didn't have to sacrifice much, but we gained a lot with these modern data stack tools.
Love to hear that. And a little birdie told me that perhaps some congratulations are in order as well. That as part of this project, there were some positive career benefits.
Yes, so when you move your team, your platform team to a modern data stack, and you also make your teams more efficient and you increase your company's ROI, both you and your organization would reap great benefits.
I mean, how could you not? That's a double whammy. You're getting more for less and you're doing it more performantly. So congratulations again to you and the entire team.
Thank you.
So, Nikolai, if you can take this home for us, for everyone listening live or later, what are the main things you want our audience to learn from your experience at Cisco?
Happy to, Alex. So this is from my perspective from the platform team. So there are two main things I wanted to emphasize here. So on the Fivetran side, the platform is very easy to use. I did not have to attend trainings, go through, say, a university program, or spend much time to ramp up. I was able to get started right away to use the tool. And this is a huge advantage. We had a quick impact and started to modernize immediately to ingest data into the cloud. Fivetran gave us access to the data to power our modern state architecture. And then for DBT Cloud, your platform gave us a great place for automating and standardizing some of those transformation processes. And yeah, DBT Cloud gave us the ability to turn that data into insights faster.
That's great. So you're taking the Fivetran, you're taking DBT Cloud, you're combining them together, and what you ultimately get is an effective way to save money, save time, and increase your time to impact.
Most definitely.
Amazing. We love to hear all of the great wins that you're getting from our platforms. And I really want to thank you again, Nikolai, for being such a great partner and walking us through Cisco's journey. And for anyone listening to this, if you want to modernize your approach to ELT with Fivetran, feel free to sign up for a 14-day free trial by visiting fivetran.com/signup. And be sure to check out all of the amazing other sessions that are happening today. And with that, I want to thank you all for joining us. Be sure to join us in Slack, where Nikolai and I will be taking your questions and sharing more wisdom. So thanks, everyone, and happy Coalesce.
Thank you. Thank you for a great presentation, Nikolai and Alex. Thank you so much for your time as well. So folks, luckily you don't have to fight your way through a crowd to meet the speakers. Instead, you can just speak with them directly on Slack. So for those of you joining live, stay in the Coalesce How Cisco Powers channel on DBT Community Slack if you'd like to continue the Q&A with Nikolai and Alex. The next session's titled Sequel, the Video Game, and Data Teams, Kill Your Service Desk. We'll be starting at 10:30 a.m. CDT in about, I might have misspoken, but in about 15 minutes. So we hope to see you there. And Nikolai and Alex, thank you again for your time. This has been delightful.